Hello. Welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We're your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we are passionate about good music and a great vocal. We'll use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our take and feedback on each contestant and each contestant's performance. Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we'll always keep it 100 with our feedback and critiques of each contestant's vocal and overall performance. But what we're never here to do is come for anyone's character or any contestant as a human being. Although we may come off a little pitchy at times, if you know what I mean. We'll always do our best to speak our truths with love, kindness, and respect. And with that, Stephanie, we have night 5 of the Blind for
yes, it is.
Season 25.
Yes.
Now, before we begin, as you all can see, the usual jovial James is not here tonight. And I just have a quick disclaimer. Stephanie doesn't know I'm doing this. But as a vocalist myself, and I don't talk too much about my own vocals and whatever, but I am a trained singer, trained musician, went to school for it and everything. If you are going to come on a show and you are always auditioning, and this goes for any audition, whether it's for Hollywood, whether it's for Broadway, whether it's for a band, in my opinion, you need to approach that audition with a song that always is going to highlight the best part of your voice. Mm-hmm. As a good friend of mine once said, your audition song needs to be so in you, done so well that you can do it half dead. You could be sick with a temperature of 102, stuffed up, laryngitis, but you can still sing the snot out of that song.
Yes.
That being said, I'm a little concerned, Stephanie, because tonight's episode was, for me, a little disappointing. Now, we always are bringing our best, most authentic selves to our podcast. And Stephanie and I wouldn't be us if we didn't come with respect, kindness, and those things. But it's very difficult for, I think, me and Stephanie to come on the podcast and come with just... Stephanie and I are about the joy of singing, you all. And I'm a little afraid, Stephanie, that I didn't see a lot of joy tonight. And I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's me, and I don't think it's you. But I just can wish, and I know all of the other episodes probably up until the lives have been taped already. Mm-hmm. But I just really hope that with this season, we start to see more of the joy of singing, because you all have been given an opportunity of a lifetime, a platform of a lifetime that most people, most really, really good singers, I'm talking about singers that are some of the greatest singers in the world, will never get. So I really hope and pray that from this episode on, the Pitchy Podcast is pleasantly surprised, because frankly, there were a lot of performances tonight that I can't say too much of. It is not a knock personally on any of you all as contestants. Stephanie and I can't imagine how hard it is and how much pressure there is. But this is an opportunity, and this is where preparation meets opportunity. And you either got to step into it, or you got to go back in and work on it. So with that, I know, Stephanie, that was a lot, and you weren't expecting me to say that. I didn't plan it. It just came to me, and I think it's time to talk about some of these singers tonight.
Well, I do want to say on that point, this is going to be an interesting night because we are going to have to be truthful. And I feel like we can be truthful because some of the judges were truthful. Some of the coaches were truthful, right?
Very much so.
So we're not going to... I don't want to say we're not going to sugarcoat, but we're not going to be untrue about what we heard. What I do have to say, though, in reference to song choice, we know, and you and I know, And anybody that listens to the Pitchy podcast also knows that the choice of song, even for auditions, are not always just the artist's choice. So we need to keep that in mind. However, I understand how you feel and why you feel what you feel. I just wanted to preference because you did talk about song choice, and I want to be clear in letting the audience know, if they do not, that the song choice is not all the artist's choice. However, I completely agree with what you say about taking this opportunity, because whatever you are given, you have to deliver.
You have to step into it. You do. Because you're given one shot. Okay?
Come on, Danny DK. All I need is one shot.
Okay?
Okay.
And no, you ain't going to get James singing on this Pitchy podcast. If you dug
you might get me. I don't know.
If you dug a little bit, you get James singing. But you ain't going to get it done on this Pitchy podcast. Because I have the gift for gab on this Pitchy podcast.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so let's kick it off because we got a lot of folks to talk about tonight. Our first contestant was
Ronnie Wilson. But I will say, before I talk about Ronnie, at the very top of the show, they showed all 4 coaches singing "Put a Little Love in Your Heart" with a choir. Come through everybody's vocal. Everyone. If y'all didn't know that Chance could sing.
The Queen?
Did you hear the Queen? Oh, Queen was like, "I'm the only woman up here. Let me represent." Did you hear Shay? Shay was singing it down. Did you hear John? John was singing all the lows and the highs. And did you hear Chance? If y'all didn't know, Chance the rapper can sing, y'all. He can put it down.
Yeah, he can. He really can.
I wanted to mention that before we got started with our artists, but our first artist of the night was Ronnie Wilson, 28 years of age, from Liberty, South Carolina, but living in Atlanta, Georgia. And okay, he come on here singing some Pillow Talk by Zayn. Climb on board. I said, what?
Okay.
Climb on board.
And you know what? If he don't sing it down, he gonna get your numbers right, y'all. He is our resident accountant. So I said with Ronnie, you know what? I said right off the bat, great voice.
Mm-hmm.
The concern I had with this song, because Stephanie and I, this is one of our favorites, like now songs. Like, we love this song, and there have been some crazy renditions done on this show with this song with previous contestants.
Yeah.
I said, but I need the melody first, Ronnie. Ronnie, you've got a great voice. There was an artist that sang tonight that gave a perfect example of melody singing, and then they threw their own zhuzh into it. Right. And that's what I need, because I felt like there were too many runs in the beginning. And the runs were on point. Not that they weren't on point, Stephanie. I didn't know what the song was.
Me neither. I was like, I know these lyrics.
I was like, did you sing a Pillow Talk? And sure enough, because I'm very familiar with the song, and you know what? But Ronnie, more importantly, I appreciate you bringing your authentic self to this audition, unapologetically you, and good for you for incorporating that into your vocal. I just need you going forward to watch the runs. I take it back. I always take it back to Chris Stapleton at the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Watch what Chris Stapleton does, y'all. Chris Stapleton does the reminder run. I just made that off the top of my head.
The reminder run. The reminder run.
Oh, I need to trademark that one. That's going to be one of our lingos.
Reminder run.
A reminder run. To remind you that, you know what, I can run you under the table. But you can also, because you have a good enough voice, Ronnie, I hear that you can sing strong melodies too. And that's what I wanted to hear from you, because Pillow Talk has an awesome melody line, and I didn't get it. And then I started to hear it a little bit, and then it was more runs again. So that's what I need from you, Ronnie, going forward, because I think you have a really good shot of making a deep run in this competition, young man. I think that you are a very good singer. Stephanie?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's so interesting because, yes, you and I love this song. This song is a very interesting song because it's not a love song. It's like it's straight sex song. Like it's just
It
talking about
is.
sex,
It really
right?
is.
And it talks about a couple in a relationship that is conflicted. So it's not even like just passionate, like just love. Like it's love and conflict. It's
Tell the
kind of like a
story, Stephanie. Tell
it's
the
like
story.
it's
You're
like a
telling
love.
the story, and
Yeah,
I
it's
see
like
where you're going with
it's a
this.
love and war
I see
type
where you're
thing.
going with this. I agree 100%.
Um I think that for Ronnie's voice and the way that he chose to use his voice, I felt a lot of the churched runs in this song,
Oh, yeah.
which is very conflicting in a song like Pillow Talk. Because I'm like, what? Like, it's to shift my mind because I'm not used to hearing Pillow Talk sang churched. Like, it's just.
So would you recommend something like Working on Context?
I would recommend singing like song choice. That's what I
Yeah.
put, like song choice, because I just couldn't wrap around my brain that he was singing Pillow Talk, but in a very churched, run heavy style. I think that this song lends really well to runs because the ends of the lines, you could run them and it would be there could be really nice choices there. I think that, like you said, though, there was just a lot of that heavy at the top that I couldn't get my footing in the song. Like I couldn't figure out
Right.
I couldn't figure out what the song was. And then when I did, it was like, oh, this is a whole new way to experience the song that I was not ready for. So I really agreed with what John said about the creativity that Ronnie has. I just think that it would have lent better to a different song. Or if he had chosen to sing this song a little straighter.
Right. Right.
But Ronnie has a great voice, and I can't wait to see him in the next round.
Yeah. I'm interested to see because I have a feeling like he feeds off of like he'll really feed off of whoever his partner is. I think it'll be a nice collaboration.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a good collaborative singer. So I agree with you. Battles are going to be good for him.
I'm talking out loud tonight, James. I'm just going to talk out loud. The first line of this song is "Climb on board." It's an interesting thing to hear come out of like a churched voice.
I'm conflicted.
I'm conflicted in my spirit. And like James and I said, listen, we love Jesus on the Pitchy podcast, but we also love this song. But I've just never heard it in that way.
No, and we also love this song, not but.
Oh, and yes, and yes, and yes, and climb on board.
Yeah. Okay. So, who did Ronnie go with?
Welcome to Team Legend.
Yeah, Team Legend.
Mm-hmm.
I think John is the perfect for him because John's gonna be like, cut all them runs out. Give me a melody line, bro.
That's right.
And then throw in give me a little reminder run. Okay?
Come on, reminder run.
At the end, okay? I think John's great. And he looks like, you know what, he really, some people look really moldable and really teachable.
Yeah.
Ronnie seems like he is here for it. Like
Absolutely.
he's here for the growth.
For the growth. Yes.
Do it for the growth. Whether it's do it for the mind, do it for the mind. Do it for the growth.
Do it for the growth.
All right. Awesome. Okay, who's next?
Next up, we had Zoe Levert, 20 years of age. And just by her name, I was like, she from down south somewhere, Levert.
No, she's from Maryland.
No, well, listen.
She from right down the street.
She Overton.
Anne Arundel County, girl. I know where you from.
That's where she was born. She now resides in New Orleans. And she sang Better Man, Taylor's version.
I be Swift of Taylor. Okay. So, Taylor Swift songs.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just going to talk lyrically.
Uh-huh.
Taylor Swift, the thing that makes Taylor Swift such a brilliant songwriter is she's kind of oxymoronic. Taylor's lyrics appear very simple, very flowy, but they are very complicated.
Come on.
Like when you really break down this type of songwriter. So
Yes.
there's the conflict, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Taylor Swift because Taylor writes a really easy melody line, not too rangy.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrics are clever.
Yes.
But they're complicated clever.
Come on, complicated clever.
You gotta be very, very. If you're gonna just sing a Taylor Swift song, to me, it doesn't land. You got to. Stephanie, how many times have I told you this over the years? I said I did not learn to appreciate Taylor Swift until I heard other people interpret her songs.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And I just felt like Zoe, because I was like, there is a voice in there. There really, really is a voice in there. But I just don't know if you singing a Taylor Swift song for an audition is the best, unless you're going to take it, flip it, and do something with it. Do something like what the girls did for Anti-Hero, right?
Yeah.
Like because Taylor Swift songs, you'll always get a story, and you gotta be a storyteller to tell a Taylor Swift song. So for me, it came off a little karaoke. Like she was just getting up there and singing the Taylor Swift song, and she's got a good voice. And so Zoe, I want to see more of your personality. In a song, because I didn't feel like I got that. Here's the thing though, Zoe, you're also smart because you can't go wrong. If you can sing a Taylor Swift song well, even if you sound just like Taylor or do it just like Taylor, you can't go wrong with a Taylor Swift song.
Right.
You really can't. And that's why I said your voice is great. So I'm really going to keep my eye on you, Zoe, because I love your story. I love that you are basically, a PK, and I'm sure you've got a lot to sing about, and I want to see that little girl that moved all over the country, like in your voice, like because I know it's there. That's what I want to see, and that's what I think she could. If she's going to do a Taylor Swift song, I think she could bring that experience to a Taylor Swift song. I mean, you follow me?
No, I completely follow you.
Okay. I don't want to go too far off into the weeds because I'm just like, what is it about? And I thought her name was Zoe Levert. I said, okay,
no. When they said Levert, I said, okay, we got that southern stuff going. That French influence. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I want from you, Zoe, and I really hope I see it in the battles next round, because if I think you're going to do what you're going to do in the battles, I think you will be a dark horse. Absolutely, Stephanie.
I felt like the beginning of the song was very delicate. It was good. Like I was like, she has a good voice, but it was just kind of there. Like, okay, she has a good voice, and like what you and like what you were saying, James. Like with these Taylor Swift songs, Taylor Swift is nothing if not a songwriter. I feel like Taylor Swift is songwriter first, right? So she's gonna tell you a story, and I felt like Zoe was just singing the song instead of telling the story. By the back end of the song, though, she was telling a story. It was like something clicked, like in the last 15 seconds, 20 seconds of the song. And I felt like, I was like,
John clicking in at the last second.
I was like, okay, I'm feeling her now, because I felt like she was not auditioning anymore. She was actually singing the song and telling the story. And I felt her heart. And I was like, okay, now we getting somewhere. Now I'm seeing now I'm seeing it, right? So what I would encourage Zoe to do is a couple of things. Always remember that you're telling a story, because whether you're singing a song, songwriter type song, whatever, you always telling a story. All these songs have a story, right? So let's tell the story. Second, let's have some confidence in the gift that we have, because there was some vocal issues, there was some pitch issues, right?
There
There was
were.
some places where it felt like she just didn't have the breath support that she needed. And I think that throughout the process of this show, with not only her coach but with the vocal coaches there, they're going to give her some really good tools to help her improve in her next performances. Hopefully there are more than more than one. I hope we get to see her more than with the battles. But those are the things that I want to see in the next coming round, because there is a really beautiful voice there, but I think that she's more than just a cute, pretty voice. I feel like
Yeah.
there's some energy, there's some heart, there is that storyteller aspect that I want to see more from her. How adorable was Dan and Shay singing to her and her fiance their wedding song?
That's
Like, it's
beautiful.
like, ma'am, I hope you have a real nice wedding, because I don't know how it's going to compare to having Dan and Shay
Right.
singing your wedding song right
It's
to
going to be a
y'all on The
memory that
Voice.
hopefully, if they decide to have kids, this is going to be a memory they're
Oh,
going to tell their kids. So we're like,
oh,
we got our wedding song live in person on national TV before the
TV.
wedding even happened.
Come
So that was
on.
beautiful that they did
Won't he
that.
do it? Won't he
Yeah.
do it? And Shay sang that thing down. I tell you, that
He
man.
makes me sick. He's one of those people that just stands there and it just comes out. And I'm just like,
And he was even doing a little preaching at the end. I was like, you better, sir.
yeah,
Sir. It's like, sit down. Sit down, because I'm not ready for you tonight, Shay. I ain't ready for you.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, John Legend is
Welcome to Team Legend.
her coach. John was the only one that turned for her.
Yeah.
Which was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because John's usually the last to turn.
Yeah.
He did wait. He did,
Yeah.
it was a while before he turned. Like he
Yeah.
literally turned the last second for
Yeah.
her.
Yep.
So I think John is going to boot camp a lot of these singers into singing.
Get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready.
It's gonna be hardcore.
Yes.
All right, great. Who do we have next?
Next up was Ducote Talmage from Auburn, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And he sang Sand in My Boots by Morgan Wallen.
A previous contestant of The Voice.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing I liked about Mr. Talmage. I said, this is what every contestant needs to watch. I said, this dude is really standing up there delivering this song. Did you all see the passion in his performance? Like the face. And it wasn't just, I said, okay, he's up there singing his heart out.
Oh, yeah.
With that, you got to be careful, sir, when you're singing your heart out and putting the emotion into it. You don't let the vocal suffer, because I felt like, especially the ends of his phrases, there were pitch issues. And to me, it took away from the passion or the passionate performance that you gave in this song. I'm not familiar with this song, but what I do appreciate is that he actually was telling a story when he was singing this song.
Right.
I appreciated the different levels of his voice, because I didn't hear that. I liked it because he saved the grit, right? He saved the grit for a little bit into the song. I didn't hear that grit that John was talking about until like a little bit into the song. And I love that, because it was like another color to his voice. And good looking guy, country, gonna go far. But I agree, the pitch issues, they were extremely noticeable, and it needs to be tightened up. And I think once that happens, I think this young man could have a pretty good competition.
Yeah. I loved the very beginning of his vocal, because there's a whisper at like the back end of his phrases that was really, really pretty. And then it switched when he got more into the performance, and that power came out, and it was a lot more grittier. I don't know Ducote's voice, so I couldn't tell whether the grit was forced or whether that is just another layer to his voice. But it because he did it at the powerful moments,
Right.
I wasn't sure whether that was just a texture that he was putting on his voice or if that's how his voice really was.
Right.
So I and with that also there were some pitch issues like you said. So all of it together was like, okay, there are some really, really great parts to his voice, but there are some other parts that if he wants to do the texturized things with his voice that he's doing, then he needs to make sure that there's enough air to support it so that the pitch doesn't suffer. I'm hopeful that his coaches, spoiler, will work with him on that because I think that he's the total package. It's kind of like what you
Oh,
said.
yeah.
Like he could go very far. I just think some of those skills need to be honed in just a little
Right.
bit.
Right. It to me sounds like he needs truly the experience because from what he was saying, like he didn't have a lot of experiences. Like he just sings with his family.
Yes.
And I think a show like this is going to help him.
And it was also evident, I'm sorry to interrupt, James, but it was also very evident in his stage presence because you could tell like he was just kind of holding his mic and singing.
Right.
And I appreciated the passion, but I think that this show is going to be a great boot camp for him vocally, but also honing in the performance element as well.
Yeah, I agree. So Dan and Shay. They were very excited about him.
Yes, they were.
Like, oh yeah, we can do a lot. We can do a lot with this guy.
Yeah.
And I think they see something. I think they see a lot of star power in him.
Yeah.
And he's got a great story. I'm interested to see how this happens, how this turns out. Okay, so our next contestant was our leak, right? We got this on Friday, so we've had time to marinate. But I, again, Stephanie, have made it a point to I don't listen to him this time around.
Yeah.
And I know you did a reaction to Miss Serenity. And it's funny, the second I saw her, I said, she looks very familiar. And then she, sure enough, was from our very first season.
Our inaugural season.
She auditioned. So what did she sing?
She sang This City by Sam Fisher.
Y'all aspiring singers who want to come on this show or want to go on any show or audition for something and got turned down, which we all have, or auditioned 5, 6, 7 times for something and got turned down. It doesn't matter what type of audition it has. Watch Serenity's story.
Come on.
This young lady at 14 came on the show, got 0 chair turns, and took all of the constructive criticism that was given to her. And she said, you know what? I'm going to go back to the drawing board, as they say. And I am going to fix what needs to be fixed.
Right.
And I'm going to take their advice. She's like, I got lessons. I said, everything, Serenity, that you worked on was right on the money. I said, bravo or brava, depending on if it's male or female, to whoever your voice teacher is. Because, oh my goodness, or your voice vocal coach is. Because whatever they're doing, this girl went from 14, she's coming back at 16, so she's still a child.
That's right.
And singing this stuff down. I said, that's how you do it. It was a perfect audition.
It really was.
It really was from start to finish.
It really was.
I said, kudos to Serenity, because to me, it's one thing to be a good singer, but to me, it's an even better thing to be a good student of singing. Yes. This young lady studied her behind off.
No, she did. Absolutely.
And came back better than ever. And she went from 0 to 4. 4 chairs, y'all. And you know what, Stephanie? I heard a little twang in her voice. You hear a little twang?
No, you know what I heard?
What'd you hear?
I heard Rihanna.
Rihanna's got like a twang.
She got
like
that Caribbean twang.
like a Caribbean twang. Yeah. I heard a little twang in Serenity's voice. I love Serenity's vibrato too. That was
yes.
nice.
Yes.
She did some really nice vocal things. Stephanie?
No, you know what I love? I love that they showed her first audition because she went from straight powering through the song to this audition where she gave us colors. She gave us dynamics. She gave us belt. She gave us texture. She gave us breath. She gave us whisper. She gave us highs. It was like she took every lesson she got from 14 to the day before the audition, and she was able to hone them all into this one song and show them in a way that wasn't messy or that wasn't like scattered. It was just like, come on, choice. This was like one of my first come on choices where I was like, yes, do that. Yes, do that. Yes, smart. Vibrato. Yes, whisper. Yes, belt. Yeah, like it was just really, all I could think of was, you've been coached, ma'am. I can tell you've been coached. Like, it was so evident that she was under somebody's. Yes, it was so obvious that
they're doing the right thing.
And
it's even harder, Stephanie. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's even harder to coach, because I want to piggyback on what you're saying. It's even harder to coach kids.
Yes.
So whoever this is that's coaching her, chef's kid, excuse me.
Yes.
It's really, really impressive.
And you know what else was impressive? Was her poise after the audition. The way that she carried herself, the way that she said thank you to each person, just the way she presented herself on the stage felt very adult. It didn't feel 16. It felt very poised. She was ready. Like she was ready.
That's the perfect word, Stephanie. She was ready.
She was ready.
She was prepared.
Yeah, she was. Oh, yes, she was. It was prepared. A delight. Absolutely.
So don't get it twisted. Watch out for the kids, y'all.
That's right.
But seriously. She was really good.
Yes, she was.
Okay, great. So who did she wind up picking? I don't remember this one. Oh, yes, I do. Who'd she pick?
She went with Chance.
So good, because her voice is a very Chance. He's one of those people that takes those unique sounds and he accentuates those unique sounds into making somebody an original. And Miss Serenity is an original.
Absolutely.
Smart. Ooh, I love seeing smart young people. I love it. Yes. It warms my heart to see someone. This is someone who I think is very serious about her craft. And to be this young and that serious.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed, Serenity. You got our attention.
Yes, you do. Absolutely.
All right, great. So who is next?
So next up was Ryan Coleman, 25 years of age, from Chalfont, Pennsylvania. And he sang Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers.
The Bill Withers. Okay, yes. So let me tell y'all, give y'all a little background information. Look, 1 degree of separation background information. So Bill Withers is from Slab Fork, West Virginia. How do I know this? Slab Fork, West Virginia is a little coal mining town right outside of another small town called Beckley, West Virginia, where my father was born and raised. Bill Withers and my dad went to the same high school. Now, Bill Withers is like 10 years older than my dad. Rest in peace. Bill Withers, I'm saying all this to say that when you are from Slab Fork, West Virginia, you're going to write, it might be a soul song, but Ain't No Sunshine can be done how Ryan straight did it.
Oh, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
It would hit the way Ryan did it. That's what I'm talking about, Stephanie. These country artists, like my man did with Fast Car.
Yes.
Like Jelly Roll did with
I Need a Favor.
Y'all, it's all real close. It's all real close. So what Mr. Coleman did was he took a soul song from the 70s, an iconic soul song, from the 70s and he countrified it.
Mhm.
But he didn't really.
Right.
Because it didn't have to be.
Come on.
Because Ain't No Sunshine can be country because it was created from a man from the coal mining towns of West Virginia. You don't get more country than that.
Come on.
Okay? He just happens to be a brother. So I love the country version of this song. The only critique I have for Ryan is, and because overall I thought the performance was great. I said, watch when you sustain a note, Ryan, when you hold a note, watch your pitch. Because I felt a little pitch waver, just a slight bit. And that's me being picky, but Stephanie and I are pitch police, okay? So you gotta be, I know there's another one. You gotta be right on the money. Right on the money. I loved what he did on the I know. Like, did you see how like he was like grooving? He was like, I know. I said, I loved it. It was very rhythmical. It was very like he was in the cut. I know.
But he wasn't doing too much.
No,
you know what I mean? Because people can do too much on that part because it's repetitive.
Alone. Ain't no sunshine. And he came out of it, and I was like, yo, I'm right there with you, Ryan. I'm right there with you. You better be from a Yankee state, but country. You better be from Pennsylvania, but country. I loved it. And Stephanie, when he did that minor thing at the end, did you what he did? You've been hanging out there. Leave it.
I was not expecting that.
That was a great
not expecting that. I was like,
dude, he dropped that cherry right on top of that sundae. He said, I'm going to leave it right there. Right on top of that whipped cream, dude.
That's what he did. No, it was awesome. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, that was fire, Ryan. That was fire. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if you and Paul playing that, but that was crazy.
No, it was fire.
That was crazy.
It was fire. That's how you end the song. You leave us with a little surprise, like that's something unexpected. More. Yeah, absolutely.
That was great.
I felt like he just had one of the most authentic sounds of the night. Like it just felt like he was 1000% himself up on that stage, singing this song the way that he wanted to. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. It just felt so honest and so true. And some of that just might be his story and where he's from and what he went through. I just really connected with him from jump before he ever sang. So like, I was really rooting for him. I was like, I really want to like Ryan. I hope he has a good voice. And when I heard the song, I was like, and what? We're going to do? Like, ain't no sunshine.
It's a song that everyone knows.
Yes, I was not. I was just expecting.
It's a timeless song.
It is. I was just expecting him to sing something straight country. And when he sang Ain't No Sunshine, I was like, ew, I felt like we got like our genre mesh that we like, you know what I mean? I was like,
countrify it, baby.
Yes, it was wonderful. Yeah, I agree. There was a couple pitch issues at the end of some of the phrases. I think a lot of that has to do with breath support because when it comes at the end of a phrase, that just means that you probably, you're losing your breath. You didn't take enough in. Happens all the time, especially in these blind auditions when the anxiety and the nerves are, at the highest of high levels. But yeah, you took the words out of my mouth with that ending. I was like, and we're going to end like this.
Yeah. He dropped that cherry right down.
He sure did. I loved it. I cannot wait to see more from Ryan.
Yeah. I loved Ryan's going to be someone I really want to hear.
Yes.
Here because I hope they pair him up with like a soulful singer because Ryan's got a lot of soul.
No, he does.
He's got a lot of soul.
Yes,
so,
he does.
Yeah, loved it.
Yes.
Loved it. Okay, so our next one was our quick clip. Oh, shoot. Who did he go with?
He went with Dan and Shay.
Shay gonna work that voice out. He really is. And Dan's gonna really, really focus on the storytelling.
Yes, absolutely.
Because he has a voice that tells stories.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh
So,
yes. Oh yes.
great pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Great
Yep.
pickup for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So next was our quick clip. And I'm a little disappointed in this because I thought she had a really funky sounding voice.
I wanted to hear more.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear more.
And this was Zeya, right?
This was Zeya Rae, and she sang "Belly Ache" by Billie Eilish. I'm not familiar with the song, but
I'm not either.
I immediately wanted to get familiar
It's
with
like
the song
really
because
voiced.
I loved what she was given, but I was just like, oh.
I said cool vocal things from what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
I said incredible eclectic pickup for Reba.
Come on, Reba.
Because I mean that's all we pretty much got, like a couple of lines, and what
Yeah.
we heard,
Yeah.
that's a funky voice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Funky
Oh
voice.
yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Reba, I love it. Reba was like, you know what? I'm looking to mix it up.
That's right.
I'm looking for just, I'm just not no one trick pony.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay, great. Who is next?
Up next was AJ Harvey, 25 years old, originally from Wichita, Kansas, but living in Norman, Oklahoma now. He sang Girl from the North Country by Bob Dylan.
Wow. What iconic song by an iconic singer-songwriter and Mr. Dylan. I said, come on, Native American Elvis.
Come on.
I said, come on,
Truly.
son.
No, truly.
And I loved, you know what, you could tell. I said, okay, AJ is a pro. I said, but just listen to how he's talking. Listen to how he's talking. Listen to what AJ likes vocally. He likes a genre of music that's very specific that a lot of people don't know about.
That's right.
And then he went through the history to run down the singers that he was referring to, like from Mississippi. Like he named Elvis and he named a few other folks as well.
Right.
I said, now I can work with this voice. I said, I can work with this voice. I said, he had an incredible sound, very unique sound. I can tell that he's been working on, because that's the thing as an artist, when you're discovering your voice, after you discovered it and you know you can sing, like then you gotta just start to figure out your identity as an artist.
That's right.
And I think that AJ knows exactly who he is now. He came on this show and he's like, you know what? I'm ready to be heard. Right? I said, you can tell that his residency has helped him to become a very seasoned singer.
Absolutely.
I bet you he has 200 songs in his arsenal. He can pull any of them out, like Clark Beckham did on that other show. Like just seasoned. I said, another thing that, watch just how natural he was on the stage. I said, okay, finally. I said, now I see joy of singing with AJ. I said, he looks like he's just having so much fun.
Right.
But he also did get very introspective at times. But then he didn't just stay introspective.
Right.
I felt like he gave us some of him as well. And that's what you got. You got to find that fine line as a singer and as a performer. I said, you can tell he's a musician because the way he sings, it's like drinking water. It's so natural. I said, and I think Reba brought it up as to why Reba didn't turn. I said, but watch your diction. I said, give me a little Tony Braxton. But Tony's voice was so undeniable that you didn't care. That you didn't always understand what she was saying. Same like Anita Baker. You didn't care. It's late, y'all. So I said, yeah, watch your diction a little bit, because I didn't know that song. I knew the song, but I do not know it well enough to know the lyrics to the song.
Right.
So I agree with Reba's critique. Watch your lyrics going forward, especially when you start to sing songs, because I'm sure you're going to sing songs that everyone knows. So watch your lyrics with that, because people want to hear the lyrics of songs, especially a Bob Dylan song, because he was just such an iconic writer.
Right.
But AJ's it. AJ's Yeah, you can't. Whoever's going up against AJ, I'm sorry. Like, I feel bad because he's going to be that good.
No, he's just going to be that good. It's
Yeah.
kind of like it's watching somebody do what they were born to do. When he opened up his mouth, I was just like,
That's the one.
"Oh, this is our
Mm-hmm.
pro." And it's so rare. I feel like that we have a pro in our 20s. Usually our pros are more in their 30s and 40s.
Or
So this was
50s, like
like,
Miss Monet, right?
yeah. So it was just kind of shocking to hear the quality of vocal coming out of his throat. It was a
Mm-hmm.
little shocking. The lows that he had and the
You
clarity
know I
of the
love a good
lows.
song.
You know I love a good lows. And
What you do, Alpo?
one of the coaches said, like, I think it was John, like, it's so rare to find somebody that can deliver lows and have them cut, like his lows cut. It's like, whoa, holy moly at its finest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was incredible. He even had a couple of runs in there. That was like, okay, oh, you got the singer songwriter run thing going on too. I see you. Another one where I wrote lots of color. There was lots of colors to his voice, lots of dynamics. Wow. That's like, it was just wow. Like, I can't wait to see more of him. That's all. That's what I felt at when he was finished. Like, this dude is a star. This dude is he is a singer, songwriter extraordinaire.
AJ's an elevator. Anyone that's going to sing with him this next round, because he's that good, he's going to raise their level too.
Come
he's
on,
one
elevator.
of those rare elevator singers, not
Elevators.
elevate singers.
Come on. I think you're right
and,
about that.
So I don't. Now that I think about it, I take that back. I retract that statement. I don't feel bad with whoever he's going to sing with because there will be elevation happening.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah.
All right, so who did AJ pick?
Dan and Shay.
He did.
Yeah.
Man, Dan and Shay's getting deep. It was like now last season. Like,
yes. Like, watch out.
Team's getting.
Watch out for these rookies. They came to win.
Always watch out. Awesome. Okay, so our final performance of the night.
She's a B-more girl. She's a B-more. From Baltimore.
No. She's a
Baltimore.
Fun.
Big fun. Text us I was going to say, if you know the reference, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments.
No reference, put it in the comments.
Having big fun in Baltimore with the ratchet. We had Elyscia Jefferson, 20 years old, and she sang PYT by Michael Jackson.
Elyscia.
I want to love you.
Elyscia.
Pretty young thing.
I said, if you had me at the jingle. I said, okay, well, she don't have to sing anymore.
Oh, I know. I was going to say the jingle. Yes, the jingle. Yes.
If I was hoped for a judge, I'd have been like, all right, you're in. Next round. That's all I need.
No, the producers just put her through. They're like, you're the one we're just putting through. You don't need to go through the audition.
And obviously, somebody knew, because in the editing room, when you get the coveted last spot, it's usually the best spot to be in.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So they put her in the last spot.
They knew what they was doing.
That means they were like, oh, no. She had us at the jingle.
They went and saved the best for last.
Look, come on, Vanessa. I said, Ish, you had me at the jingle. I said, Mission Control, we have a pro.
We have a pro.
I said, you know what? I might know her daddy. Her daddy looks very familiar to me. He looks very, very familiar to me.
You just might.
But I got to do my research. Because she is a hometown lady.
That's right.
Hometown girl. Because she lives very close, or is from very close to where Stephanie and I reside.
Yes.
I said, oh gosh. I said, The Brandy Norwood
The
of it
Brandy.
all.
No.
The Brandy Norwood of it all. I said,
Like everything.
I said, no, and
Everything.
it was an authentic Brandy. It wasn't an imitation. I'm imitating. We've heard so many people over the years on singing competitions sitting on top of the world. Like, and I'm just like, no, no, stop copying. No. Why did I think sitting on top of the world? Why is that? But you know what? She's like 1995 Brandy, right?
No, she's like baby,
90,
baby.
like, she's like
Don't you
94,
think it's so
95. Okay, she's high school Brandy, who we just like when Brandy came on the scene, y'all. Brandy's like 1 or 2 years younger than me. And when she came, and so she's like right there between me and Stephanie. So like this is our music, right?
No, this is sitting up in my room, Brandy.
This is
how can one be down? Tell me where to start.
Yeah, no, This is before sitting up in the room. This is
this is baby.
I wanna be down. That's this Brandy, okay? This high school Brandy. About Yay Small. Let me stop. Remember the rap.
Yes.
Let me stop. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. I said the Brandy Norwood of it all. And I said, and I love it because when people imitate Brandy, they imitate like 20s Brandy. This is teenager Brandy. And Brandy was like a phenom, y'all, when she came out because of exactly what John said. It was effortless. It was effortless. And this is the note I had for Ronnie. Ronnie, bruh, they put you in a coveted spot too because you were number one tonight.
That's right.
That means they know something that we don't know, that you are that first and last spot are coveted spots to go.
Right. Okay? That's right.
So I say this, Ronnie, listen to Elyscia sing. Listen to how she constructed this song.
Mm-hmm.
It was simplistic.
Mm-hmm.
It was pure melody in the beginning with a couple of Elyscia things, but she followed it closely. You know what? I loved watching her dad. Did you see how her dad... this is how you can tell like you're dealing with a real musician here. Her dad was like... It was like almost like... It was like he was conducting her.
Right.
He was barely moving, right?
Right, but you could tell. It was all right here. It was all right here. Yeah.
Like you could tell he knew intimately what she was going to do vocally.
That's right.
And I loved it. I said you could tell he was a trained, excellent musician by the way he was kind of slightly moving along with her.
Yes.
Something that it's hard to notice, but Stephanie, I know you know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
I said her tone is so easy to listen to.
Yes, it is.
I said that is just such an easy to listen to tone.
Yes.
And then listen to how she took the melody and then made it Elyscia towards the second half of the song. Yeah. She went off.
Yes, she did.
She went off and was doing things like that Brandy doesn't even do. Like I've never heard Brandy's like one of the queens of the runs, y'all.
That's right.
And she went off. She did this. She did this like, I don't know, this like flip. Yes. You gotta go back and listen to it. Like it happened in 2 seconds.
No, it was like yeah, because Dan and Shay were like, "Whoa, yeah."
I was like, God, I couldn't do it. It was just this weird, awesome flip thing that I was like, well, I need more of that. I need more of that. My ear caught it. I actually went back and rewound it 3 times because it happened so fast.
It was almost like a little baby yodel,
baby yodel, perfect. It was like, and I was like, now, I've never heard that before.
That's right.
But y'all, Stephanie, I gotta let you all in on a little secret. People from Baltimore get sick.
Oh.
Don't sleep on this city, y'all. Don't sleep on Beemore. Don't sleep on Charm City. Don't.
And you know what? There was something so familiar when she was speaking before they said where she was from.
I said no.
And I was like, you
she
sound
from here.
I said, you
She from
sound
here.
real familiar. And then she said she was from Baltimore. I was like, yeah, you are.
Well, exactly. Yes,
Yeah,
you are.
you are. I know that sound.
It's just so. Like she just was so welcoming. Like you said, it was so familiar,
Absolutely.
so welcoming.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And great personality, but it wasn't
Yes.
like in your face personality. She
No,
just
it was very welcoming, very real, very warm.
I
Yeah,
write
it was.
jingles. And
Yeah, right.
I wrote one for here. You know, you want
Yeah,
to
I
hear?
heard that jingle. I was like,
You want to hear it?
you going
And the
through.
producer was like, yes.
Yes.
Ooh, Stephanie. Yeah.
I don't have much to add.
Yeah, Elyscia. Y'all gotta watch out.
No, yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
gotta watch out.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling this young lady is gonna sing down anything that's given to her.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And she's a seasoned performer.
Come
What
on.
was her age? I didn't get your age, Stephanie. How old was she?
20.
Already going around like she's been doing this for 40 years.
Absolutely. It's a wrap. Like, sign her tickets.
That's called good home training.
That's right. Sign her ticket to the lives.
Her daddy done.
He done raised her right.
Raised her right.
Yep.
With the right
Absolutely.
music.
Absolutely.
I wanted him to come in and sit in with the band.
Oh, I know. I was like, what you play, bro? Oh yeah.
He looked like he could fit in, like for
absolutely.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm sorry. What'd you say? The
I don't have anything else to add.
I know. Stephanie's a huge Brandy fan, and I know you were like, "Yo."
No, I was like, "Yo!" Like it was so crazy because she moved like her as well as sounded like her, and it was
looked like
looks like
Brandy.
her. Yeah,
Brandy
it was
looked like that when she was 15. So that's why I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I was like,
maybe the braces threw me off. But, yeah. But Brandy looked like that when she was super young.
Absolutely. It was
an effervescent look, right?
And just an effortless performance. Like that's what she's born to do. Like it was just like, and not in a way where it wasn't like, where she didn't take it seriously. Like that performance and that vocal, that talent is just so in her that she just can't help but deliver it like that and make it look easy because that's just who she is at this point. That's just what she does. And it was just such a joy to watch that. And, you know, there's the nostalgic piece for James and I because we loved Brandy so much, but it was
Michael.
And we love Michael. But it was just such a joy to watch somebody just perform so effortlessly and excellently at the same time.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and she didn't like stuff it down our throats, right?
No,
it just was like it's like talking.
Yep.
Like sitting there having a conversation. It was incredible to watch her.
It really was.
I love that arrangement.
Yeah, I was like, you better give us vocal.
You got the coaches like doing the call and response. Like you got Reba and Dan and Shay.
No.
And John was like, okay, I was an idiot for not.
Yeah, he was like, I waited too long.
I waited too long. At least he's me. I love it.
That's
I love
right.
John. Yes. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Wow. So
wait, who did she go with? I never even wrote it. I remember. No, I remember, and you know why? I knew it. I knew it before because she said something about Reba.
She did.
Said something about Reba and her being the only lady coach and something like that.
I knew when her mom was like, Chance, as a
I was like, nah, she going with Reba. Yeah, she picked Reba.
Oh my gosh. Brilliant Reba. Reba knows who she picked up.
Oh yeah. Right.
Now they I think have one more, right? Because Reba had two. And so Rita picked up another. So they all have one more.
Well, and that makes sense because tomorrow night is the last night of Blinds.
Yeah.
Gotta close it out. Mm-hmm.
So I know you all, we started off a little pitchy tonight.
Yes, we did.
Honestly, we are passionate about this show, and about our contestants, from previous seasons and this season, and we've got nothing but love for you all. All of
Mhm.
you all that made it through, congratulations. You
Yes.
deserve to be there. Don't ever
Mhm.
let anyone tell you don't deserve to be there, because for one reason or another, someone saw something in you for you all to get this far.
That's right.
So congratulations. This is just our opinions. Take it or leave it.
Mhm.
We only come to you with love, kindness, and respect, as we
That's
always
right.
say.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
Stephanie, we got one more night of blinds and then off to the races for the
Yes.
Voice and the Pitchy podcast. This season
Yes.
is starting to move along.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
So, tell everybody what they need to hear, Stephanie.
All right. So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. And also check us out on YouTube. Search for the Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. And last, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Pitchy Podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more.
We'll see you tomorrow night, everyone, for the final night of the Blind Audition.
That's right.
Can't wait.
That's
Bye,
right.
everyone.
Bye-bye.